Last video. So today, last property of the day. Hallelujah, we made it. Last video, last property. I'm going to go through this problem up top here because it's going to be a little bit longer because I want to explain the last property to you guys. So ln of e is what we have, and they want us to evaluate. So last week when we talked about evaluating, we would set it equal to x. And then we were going to simplify it by switching it out of log form and into exponential form. So ln has a base of e that we can write in. That's going to be the base of my exponential equation. If I go around in my circle, the exponent would be x. And I'm going to set that equal to the answer, the argument, which is e. Now, I'm seeing e to the power of x equals e. These bases are the same. Those bases are the same, so that means we get to cancel out the bases, and we're left with the exponents. Now, if it's not listed, that means the exponent is 1. So my answer, x equals 1, is going to be the answer that I have over here for this log, right, ln of e. So my answer is 1. So what I'm going to tell you guys, the property that we learned today, if you ever see ln and e right next to each other, they're going to cancel out and become 1, right? The other property is if you see an e and an ln right next to each other, right? Flip-flop. The ln is the exponent on the e. Those will cancel out as well. So as I'm going through the list, ln of e will cancel out to be 1, and e ln will also cancel out to be 1. So in L, problem right here, right? L, we have an ln and e right next to each other. Those cancel out. Those become 1. What's left over is going to become your answer. Negative 2t will be the answer for this one, right? In M here, e and ln right next to each other. Those cancel out. What's left over is your answer, t minus 1. In part N here, I have an e, I have an ln. They're not right next to each other. We have this 5 in between them, right? The 5, my exponent rules tell me the 5 is going to pop up and become the exponent on the x that's inside of the log. So this is going to look like e to the power of ln of x to the 5th. Now, log properties, what we have right here says e, ln, when they're right next to each other, they're going to cancel out, and we'll be left with whatever's left over, x to the 5th. So my answer here is going to be x to the power of 5. Next one here, ln, e right next to each other, nice and easy. My answer is whatever's left over, 3.2. All right, we have another situation where the e and the ln aren't right next to each other, so I'm going to make that 2 pop up and become my exponent. But I'm seeing right here that I already have an exponent of 4. When that happens, we're going to multiply those numbers together. So this will look like e, ln, x, and instead of to the power of 4, we're going to take that 2 and multiply it with the power of 4 to get 8, right? Stacked exponents multiplied together. ln, e cancel out. We're left with whatever's left over, whatever doesn't have the crossed out, which is x to the 8th. If we were to type this into formative, you would use the caret button. It would look like x caret 8. That's on your cell phone in the keyboard. For number Q, part Q here, e and ln are right next to each other. They're going to cancel out. Whatever's left over sticks around, so e will be the answer here. Last one, e, ln right next to each other, they cancel out. The whole expression that's left over is your answer, so x plus 4y. And that is it for today. Congratulations, guys. You made it through. Finish the last 4 and you'll be all done for today.